You have heard my name many times. Many times in my name your hardships have been relieved, tears have fallen while my memory was spoken. You have even written books about me. Yet the truths you will hear today are things to which perhaps you have never truly paid attention. I have witnessed countless days of glory, resting upon the shoulders of those whose nobility you could scarcely dream of. My life is filled with memories, bitter and sweet, and I have but one wish left unfulfilled, which you shall discover at the end of this tale. Ah, I should not forget, I have stood in 5 great moments at the summit of history. The first time I appeared in full radiance was on the day of the Battle of Uhud. A strange day, ending in great sorrow and a great mark upon history. Hamza, the master of martyrs, was slain. It was a scene too heavy to recount. It was there for the first time that I was used in a sacred way. The messenger of God cast me over the mutilated body of Hamza so that his sister's eyes would not fall upon that grievous sight. I was somewhat short, no. Hamza was tall and majestic. His feet remained uncovered, and even that was enough to break the heart of a sister. Let us pass from sorrow and move to my days of joy. I beheld the conquest of Mecca. I was present in Ghadir. What a day that was. But the reason for my renown belongs to another chapter entirely. It was the second time I was brought forth, the day when the messenger of God visited the house of his daughter. He felt a weakness. Oh, what a blessed weakness that was. He drew me over himself, and not long after, the light of his eyes, Imam Hasan entered. What a noble one. He sought permission and sat beside the messenger. The story grew more wondrous. Abba Abdillah arrived. What a moon. He too gained permission and sat beside the Prophet. Then the commander of the faithful entered. What majesty, what sovereignty! He too sought permission and joined the gathering. But now the axis of that assembly arrived. The lady of all women, the mistress of the worlds, she too requested permission and sat beside her father, her husband, and her 2 sons, creating the most awe-inspiring and yet the most heartbreaking scene in all the world. Do not blame me for speaking of sorrow. You were not in my place. The wood of a mere pillar once moaned from the brief separation of the Prophet, and I, who witnessed with them the weight of all creation, do you think I forget? The Prophet then held me, my right and left edges in his blessed hands, and he supplicated on behalf of the people of the Cloak. O God, these are my household. Their flesh is my flesh. Their blood is my blood. Whosoever is their enemy, I am his enemy. Whosoever is their friend, I am his friend. They are of me, and I am of them. O God, send your blessings, mercy, forgiveness, and pleasure upon them. Cleanse them thoroughly, and remove all impurity from them. It was as though the heavens themselves rejoiced at this majesty. And so the Almighty sent his emissary, Gabriel, the trusted. I had seen him many times. He carried one of the greatest messages ever sent to earth. He had received permission from God to join the assembly, and once again sought permission before entering. And his message, a message that would become the clearest beacon for the guided, and a fire of rage in the hearts of the people of hell. God says, O inhabitants of my heavens, by my might I did not create the heavens, nor the earth, nor the shining moon, nor the radiant sun, nor the turning sphere, nor the flowing oceans, except for the sake of the love of these 5. And then was revealed the verse. Indeed, God desires to remove impurity from you, O people of the house, and to purify you with a complete purification. Thus passed that unforgettable day. That narration became known as Hadith al-Kisa, and I am that very cloak. But the days did not continue in such serenity. Only a short while after the departure of the messenger, my life was plunged again into sorrow. This time it was not Uhud, not the body of Hamza, but vile men, creatures of hell, who came to assault the house of revelation. They attacked. They did not seek permission, for they had come, they claimed, to deliver the reward of prophethood. May God curse them. They showed no mercy. They wished to burn the house with all within it. The door shattered. A scream tore through existence, and everything changed. No, not everything. The commander of the faithful was dragged away in chains, and I fell to the ground, when suddenly the Lady of Light, the axis of the cloak, came forth once more to defend truth, with a pain that split the heavens. She made her stand to carve upon history a mark that would never fade. But the wretches did not spare the daughter of their own prophet. They sought to tear her hand from her husband. And there was no Jafar, no Hamza. I told you Hamza's death left a wound that changed everything. May your eyes never behold what I beheld. May your ears never hear what I heard. The world, for all who possessed even a grain of honor, turned black. That was the bitterest day of my life, and the bitterest day in history. After that, my days in the arms of the commander of the faithful, and then with Imam Hasan and Imam Husayn, were sweet, until we reached the next great turning point, Ashura. What a day that was, born from the tragedy of that earlier Monday. Once again, a document of truth and oppression had to be signed. It was the fourth time I came to use. I served well the father as he knelt over his fallen son, a king at the bedside of his shattered prince. They held my sides again, this time the youths of Banu Hashim, who had rushed to their imam to carry back a body torn to pieces. That crushing sorrow passed as well. And the fifth time, that same day, all memories came together. Uhud, the lane of the door, the house of revelation. Now, the 6-month-old child of the people of the cloak was to be sacrificed for the sake of Wilayah. I was lifted onto the shoulders of the proof of God, but this time I was of no use. Stomachs filled with the unlawful prevented them from seeing who he was. We reached the ranks of the accursed. The infant was upon the imam's hands. Karbala was there, and the rest is a grief I have carried for 14 centuries. I cannot recount it. I cannot bear it. Thus my story reached your era. And now, after all these long years, I remain waiting, restless, for the day when, upon the shoulders of the heir of the people of the cloak, my final wish shall be fulfilled, that the earth be cleansed of all tyranny by the hand of Mahdi, son of Muhammad.